Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and I'm back again with another one of these value discussion videos. I know I'm putting these out pretty quick now, and I'm curious, can you guys keep up? So today we'll be doing Forbidden Light, which is another set in the Sun and Moon series of sets. It's the following set after Ultra Prism, and we're starting to calm down a little bit again. So we'll go over some basic information, and then I'll go into my intro, and then following that, I'll have the graded discussion and the summary. You'll see the link to this spreadsheet down below, as well as timestamps. And I also will provide a link to the playlist that contains every single one of these little discussions on each of these sets down below. All right, so release date was May 3rd, 2018. This is for the English set, by the way. Base card set total is only 131, with a secret rare total of 15. Decently high, with a set total of 146. So not the most massive set ever, not super small either. I think this is like a good happy medium. The secret rare total could be a little bit less, but overall, I think it's a solid size set. All right, so just going over the basics for this spreadsheet. For those of you, this is your first time watching one of these videos. Card is pretty self-explanatory. Which card I'm going over, rarity, the rarity of the card, raw and TCG player. That's the price that if you go to tcgplayer.com, basically, it's that marketplace value. It's basically the average of all sold listings at that price. It generally averages about a lightly played condition for the card, but it can be up or down depending on recent sales. Grade, I generally try to find a PSA 10 sold listing on eBay because whether you like it or not, it's currently the most used, sold, and bought grading format for Pokemon cards. So I try to reach PSA 10 if I can. I get as close to that as possible if there's no other listings. Sold price is the last sold price rounded up to the nearest dollar, not including shipping. And yeah, it's the last sold price. I don't really do too many averages. I actually did do an average for one of these in this video because it was a special case, but I'll explain it when I get there. Date of sale is literally the date that it was sold. Very self-explanatory. So if it was sold recently, it's a card that's passing around. If it hasn't been sold for a few months, then maybe it's, not the most sought out after card. And then PSA 10 population, the number on the left is the number of PSA 10s, and the number on the right is the number of cards that are currently registered with PSA. So obviously this only includes PSA, it doesn't include any other grading formats, but once again, I try to go with the one with the biggest number so we have the most, statistics to work with. And you'll see the colors. If it's over 50, I have it orange because red was hard to read. That's why I changed it to orange. Yellow over 100, green over 200. There's no baby blue in this set, unfortunately, because there's no super big money cards. All right, so now that short little intro is over with, we can start. So this is the second set within the Sun and Moon series of sets, chronologically, that has Prism Star or Prism Rare cards, which I think are pretty cool. Couldn't find any sold at a PSA 10, so none of them are really of note there. We do have we have Gen 4 legendaries, we have Gen 6 legendaries, we have Gen 7 Naganadel, which is just an Ultra Beast, but kind of a special one because it's one that you get through the story and you don't really catch. The first one over 50 is Naganadel GX Full Art, which, it's a decent looking card. Sold for $60. It's not too bad. One thing that you guys will notice is, one, these cards have not been sent to PSA very often, and two, the print quality for these must be pretty good because generally the PSA 10 percentage of these cards is over 50%, which is amazing for grading, in case you guys didn't know. All right, then we get to our first, our Deontay Prism Star had none graded at all. I mean, you can see 4 out of 18, so it's definitely not the most popular collectible card. If you see a card that's graded, more than the others, more than likely it's the more collectible, because really only collectors will be sending in cards to get graded, or people that want to resell. But if they're not super popular cards, then it's generally going to be collectors. So I think they hold a little promise down the line. So Palkia GX, it's funny because Palkia and Dialga had ultra rares and ultra prism, but then they get more in this set, so I think that's kind of interesting. Sold for 100. The Zygarde GX Full Art, which I think is about an average full art card, sold for $30 recently. But the regular Zygarde GX, which I think actually looks really cool. This Zygarde GX looks really cool. It sold for 100 just a few days before that. And 34 out of 39 have been graded a PSA 10. So I don't know, the printing quality, I'm pretty sure Forbidden Light wasn't printed too much. And this was kind of when Pokemon was going in a little dip before it bounced back up with, Unbroken Bonds, Hidden Fates, Cosmic Eclipse, and all that stuff. And then eventually Sword and Shield. But yeah, almost near 100% on the PSA 10s. And then we get into our first full art trainer, Crasher Wake, which I believe he's from Gen 4. He was the gym leader right outside the... was it the Safari Zone? I can't remember what it's called in Gen 4, but yeah, I mean, $60 PSA 10. Cool. Then we have our first secret rare, which is a trainer card and a porter. I mean, it's below $50, so nothing special. And then you got Yveltal GX, which sold for $75, which is not too bad, just regular GX. And then Ultra Necrozma GX. I thought this would be one of the more high dollar cards in the set. It was sent in for grading 100 times, so definitely the highest number of submitted cards so far. And then we have some full arts as well as Greninja. Keep an eye on Greninja. If you're not aware of Greninja within the fandom, Greninja's up there in popularity. I'm pretty sure Greninja's actually won the most popular Pokemon of the year a few times now. And that's like, in general, like everyone votes. Like it's not just, card collectors or whatever. Because obviously in the card collecting scene, Greninja is not highly praised like it is around the world. Then we have Dialga GX Full Art, which sold for $80. Palkia GX sold for $60. So Dialga's still kind of reigning king over Palkia, despite their rare values having a little bit of disparity, but the PSA 10s still hold true, with Dialga being more pricey than Palkia. Got some more secret rares, really aren't worth that much. For trainer cards, Lucario GX Full Art. So they stuck Lucario in this set, and Lucario's another of those Pokemon that's extremely, extremely popular. Came out in Gen 4. Cynthia actually had one on her team, and it's just a cool looking Pokemon. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's really cool. I don't want to say like it's relatable somehow, but it's like almost relatable. And I don't know if it won most popular Pokemon any of the years, but it is in Smash Brothers, and any Pokemon that makes it to Smash Brothers has to hold a little bit of popularity because you got to please the masses with games like that. So did really well at $170, but surprisingly not that many graded, only 56. I mean, it is a full art, but still. And then you got Yveltal and Diantha. So Diantha, well, Yveltal, good job, $130. I actually think this is a beautiful card. Yveltal, I don't really like Yveltal that much. I like Xerneas much better. I did play Pokemon X when I had the games. I didn't play Pokemon Y. But Yveltal in this set, like, they did Yveltal well. Really good looking cards in this set. Diantha Full Art. So this is the only time I've ever done an average, because there was one sold for 50 and one sold for 150 within the same day. It sold for 150 at like 8 a.m. and then it sold for 50 a few hours later for only... Yeah, a few hours later. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to say this card's only worth $50 when it sold for 150 a little bit time before. Once again, can never confirm whether or not these were actually paid for, but I have to assume in some places. So I put it at 100. I mean, for a PSA 10 female full art card, I don't think that's that unreasonable. But Diantha, I mean, the Gen 6 champion, she was kind of a pushover. I mean, Gen 6 was cool. It was 3D and all that stuff, but it's just... Yeah, Diantha, not very memorable. I mean, especially with this waifu push, and Diantha still kind of chilling at the normal price that full art female trainers are. It says a lot, I think. And then we got more dirt secret rares. I'm sure, some actually, probably ones that are this low value probably weren't even good in the game. Ultra Necrozma GX full art, 60. Bonnie. So I don't know if Bonnie was like a lost child, like the lost child in the cave with the Gibble, or... I'll probably put a note at the bottom at who Bonnie was or whatever, like some little clip, but I can't remember who Bonnie was. Definitely not significant enough to remember, and not surprised, $50 PSA 10 trainer. Mysterious Treasure, Unit Energy. I'm not going to mess this one up. Fighting, Fairy, and Darkness. I don't know if it's FDF or FTY. I don't know why I put Y. Greninja Full Art. Wow, $199. I would normally round up to 200, but it was just 199 flat. So I'm not just gonna hand over 100 cents. Like that's just not how I am. 55 out of 70, graded a 10. Like, was this set really good quality? If you collected during this set, let me know. If these ultra rares have good quality, that's actually very interesting. That the printing quality was just way better than all the previous sets. Zygarde GX secret rare. I couldn't even find it in a 10, but I was like, okay, let me see the PSA 10 population. 53 out of 72. It pretty much lines up with the rest of this set, so I don't think it's out of the ordinary rare, but it just hasn't been sold or bought, and I only found a CGC 8.5 sold for 25. I mean, CGC not PSA 10, and then an 8.5, like one of the ugliest grades you can have. Sorry, it's all about them whole numbers, or 9.5. Palkia GX 100, solid. Xerneas GX 112, Dialga GX 108. So they're all kind of but Yveltal holding it down at 170. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid, actually. I mean, it came in third place in the set. Ultra Necrozma GX. Yeah, I guess, a lot have been submitted for grading, 119, but I guess the gimmick just really didn't catch on. I mean, it sold recently, but nothing amazing. It's just after going through these previous sets, this set's pretty underwhelming. But I will admit, there are some really cool artworks in this set. It's a shame that a lot of the Pokemon within this set aren't as popular, because if they were, these would be some of the better artworks for those Pokemon. Lucario GX Secret Rare. This is just a really cool card in general. I'm pretty sure this is the Lucario that the Hidden Fate Shiny is based off of, which, once again, Lucario and Greninja, which we're about to talk, are... If you're keeping like a running tally of, the Pikachus, the Charizards, the Evolutions, specific dragon types and specific legendaries, you need to add Lucario and Greninja to that list. I don't think they're like top tier, but Lucario and Greninja are Pokemon to look out for. They're definitely popular. And Greninja at, I'll just say straight up, $500. Surprisingly, not the #1 graded card in the set, but by far the most valuable. Greninja is also in Smash Brothers, in case you aren't aware of that. But yeah, so overall and sold recently, so a solid finish to the set. And let's go down to the little tidbits at the bottom. Let's see. So you can see all the previous averages except for Shining Legends, because I think Shining Legends is an anomaly, being that special set, holiday set, whatever you want to call it. So GX average 65, actually being #1, I think, because some of those random GXs, like the Zygarde, and there was one other one, maybe Yveltal, I can't remember, that did really well, surprisingly. Full Arts 86, second place only to Ultra Prism, and I mean, if you watch the Ultra Prism video, you know why freaking Full Arts. Those Full Arts are so good. Prism Rares didn't even take the average because it wasn't worth it, so I just put Secret Rares 123, not too bad, actually coming in second place to Burning Shadows. Probably because of Greninja and Lucario, but yeah. That's actually not bad. And it's funny because the Secret Rare average is generally weighed down heavily because of, the Secret Rare trainer cards that just aren't that popular anymore. And the number of cards over $1, only 39. So Forbidden Legends, I would say, is fairly weak. It has, a stronger hit card than, say, Guardians Rising, Sun and Moon Base, Crimson Invasion. But it all is just feels like a weak set. I mean, the only Forbidden Legends that I even find in stores is like the little check lane blisters at Target, but I don't know. Was it so popular that it got bought all out, or was it just not printed very much because it wasn't that popular? And then let's just go into more little tidbits to the side. A booster pack averages about $5.69, which is actually a little bit more than Ultra Prism, surprisingly, and I think Ultra Prism is considerably more collectible. Elite Trainer Box for $86, not bad. And Booster Box for $174, which is actually pretty affordable. It actually almost makes you want to get one, because this set seems pretty affordable to just complete based on like the prices of the cards. Not too many over $10, only one $50 card, in lightly played near mint condition. Like, that's not too bad. So yeah, overall, actually I usually write a little summary down the bottom that I can reference, and I forgot to do that this time because I was so excited just to get into this video. So overall, for low tier, sorry for scrolling all over the place. So for low tier within this set, I would probably put, Ultra Necrozma. I don't know why. I think it's kind of ugly because Necrozma has so many different freaking forms. But Ultra Necrozma, I think it's kind of ugly, but I would at least put it in the low tier. And I guess the Zygarde and Palkia GX, I think those ones are unique arts, and I think they're both cool enough in their own right to be somewhat low tier. But yeah, I mean, the low tier is pretty lacking this time around. For mid tier, I would pretty much put all the legendary secret rares besides, the more expensive ones, and Yveltal, as well as Yveltal Full Art, and besides Yveltal Full Art and Diantha. So I put Yveltal, GX Full Art, Diantha. Honestly, if Zygarde GX had a PSA 10, I'm sure it'd be worth over $100. Palkia, Xerneas, Dialga, and Ultra Necrozma. I would put those all in the mid tier. And then for the top tier of collectible cards within this set, I would put Lucario and Greninja GX Full Art. And then I would put Yveltal GX Secret Rare, as well as Lucario GX and Greninja GX Secret Rare. So, I mean, this set was pretty self-explanatory, nothing too special. If you guys have any crazy opinions on this set, or you agree or disagree with anything that I said, please let me know. I'm definitely open to feedback or predictions. Like, this is all just me, my hunches, just what I've seen based on patterns and trends. I mean, I could be completely wrong, could be completely right. But by the time this video is released, a lot of these numbers are out of date anyway. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If this is your second video of mine, consider subscribing. If you like what you saw, leave it a like. If you don't like what you saw, leave me some feedback or dislike or whatever. And I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.